it's very difficult to maintain a structure built on lies. Eh?
You lose track of them.
Well, that's for sure. No kidding. No kidding. This is why in a marriage, it's just so much better just to say what you think. And, I mean, without being... Telling the truth is complicated. You can't use the truth as a weapon. Like, if you're telling the truth, it's a multi-dimensional problem. Like if I'm talking to my wife, I have to talk to her in a way, I can't use the truth as a cudgel. That's a lie. Like then the truth it's not the truth, it's truth as weapon. Really what I'm doing is beating her with the truth. I'm looking for a club, not the truth.
Could you give me an example of that?
Well, maybe you're trying to sort something out, even about how things are working on the domestic front. Who does what job? And maybe she's doing something that isn't up to scratch, let's say, with regard to the house. Well, you could try to address that as a problem to be solved, or you could use it as an opportunity to punish and trumpet your moral superiority. And you could say, well, I'm just telling the truth. It's like, yeah, well, you're not doing a very good job of it, because the truth would be, well, I need to tell you what I think, but I have to be around you tomorrow and next week, so I should try to tell you what I think in a way that isn't going to turn you against me. I guess there's something in that's something like minimal necessary force with regard to the truth. The truth has to serve the harmony of the relationship, as well as describing whatever the problem is that has to be solved. So I would say the same with children. If you're disciplining them, you want to do that in the spirit of love. And what does that mean? Well, the reason you're disciplining them isn't to lord it over them or to indicate your moral superiority, but to put a wall up to protect them, let's say, or to specify a pathway forward that they can walk down that would be productive. And if you're not doing that, well, then you're not serving the truth in the highest sense. And so that's why there's a religious insistence that truth has to serve love, that the two things are united. And love means care, I suppose. People often think that means the provision of security and safety, but love means encouragement too, right? In some ways, that's the distinction between the female role and the male role in a family, or feminine and masculine. The feminine tends to provide security and safety, and the masculine tends to encourage and challenge. And both those are aspects of love. And that's also the case within a relationship. I mean, you want to provide your wife and her to you a certain degree of security, but you want that allied with an optimal challenge, because that facilitates development. And that's one of the things that lends life interest and adventure.